Gentlemen.
Evening, how are we?
Yeah, how's it all going?
Yeah, good, thank you. Yeah,
not bad.
So, what have we been up to?
It has been a little while.
Yes. You think, because it's been a while, you'd think there'd be shed loads to report, but it's just that time of year. Going out in the sun and having a few beers instead of sitting in the workshop turning, it's a bit of a tease, isn't it?
Well, it is for those of us, that's the plan for those of us who want to stay in the UK, but those of us who decide to jet all over Europe and America for his work.
Sounds more glamorous than it is, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's not by choice.
Texas in July.
When you go to these places, do you ever look around and see if there's the odd bit of wood here or there that you could just put in your bag to bring back?
No,
doesn't even enter your head.
No, never.
Can you start doing that for the rest of us?
Wood. The only bit of wood I see is a bar at the hotel. That's about it.
Aren't you allowed to sneak an extra day, or is it all pre? I know you've got.
Yeah, I can do. I choose not to, but I can.
You could have got some Texas longhorns or whatever they are.
Horn stinks when you turn it. It's horrible. But Texas bow ducks is a nice wood. It's part of the Osage orange, so it's a nice orange colour. Slightly darker orange than things like Osage orange, which is related to mulberry. So it's that sort of yellowy colour. It's absolutely lovely. So real joy to turn if you can get some. It is good.
Well, I probably am going back mid-September, so end of September.
You know where you're going, so have a little one before, do a bit of research, find out the nearest wood yard to where you're going.
Just remember that you need an extra couple of kilo for in your suitcase. Pack a bit lighter.
Can you get done for importing wood?
Just don't tell them. You can. Yeah, there's certain. I think it is listed under contraband.
I'd imagine if it's dry, then you'd get away with it, to be honest. If it's festive with beetles and things like that, they'd probably, immigration probably get it out.
They'll think you're bringing back the beetles and you put them in a bit of wood just to use as a carrying piece. No, I was actually going to turn that.
It doesn't get picked up in metal detectors or anything, so they won't know what it is. Oh. It just appears as a black mass, depending on how much you bring, like how it's brought in. Obviously, if you walk past with a slab of Texas bowdark over your shoulder, 10-foot long plank, or might be a bit suspicious.
It'd go in hold luggage anyway, wouldn't it?
If you bring back enough for some pen blanks or some funky burly bits.
Mate, I think it's just a challenge. Never mind if you want to do it or not, right? We're challenging you to just
bring
some wood.
Back.
I'll tell you,
there's a minimum size. It's got to be at least, I don't know, 100 mil in diameter and 300 mil long. That's your criteria.
I'll probably got to go back up to Manchester in a couple of weeks' time. So I'll bring back a Manchester bit of oak.
And say it come from Texas. And not even tell us till you've been there. Yeah, it came all the way from Texas.
Well, you've got to beat Mum's record. When she went to New Zealand, she bought me back a bit of wood, and it was probably about 200 by about 150 square mil, that is. So she bought me back a bit of local New Zealand wood. I haven't started on it yet. It's quite a normal, bit mahogany type colour, but it weighs a ton. It is so heavy.
I did actually put some twigs, probably about 20 mil, sort of like small brick, we called it, when I was in Mauritius. Just chucked some in my case. Got my.
Do you know what it was?
Dry.
It's going to be.
Other than that, yeah. I don't know.
Okay, so
anyway,
so you mentioned, Mark, just when we were chatting before press record, you got loads of stuff to talk about. Some that you bought and received, and some that you bought and haven't received. Where do you want to go?
Well, I can tell you that Simon Hope's had nearly £300 off of me in 2 orders. So haven't received from him, because I only ordered it the other day, was a new spindle gouge and a couple of new handles, because I like his handles. But I bought I think you've already got it, Will, the sanding system for the lathes, that 150 metal plate and the stand. Yeah, Gary, that's a brilliant bit of kit. It really is, especially if you're truing up blanks.
But isn't it just like, you know, one of those, they all rebrand them differently. You get like the sander and the disc sander on the side, that little unit, right?
Yeah.
A bigger one of those disc sanders, because you've got a table up to that, right?
Yeah. A table fits in your banjo, and it's chuck fitting, so it's not a different thread or anything. But you've got the variable speed on the lathe, which is very helpful.
Yeah.
And I've got one of those belt sander foot, and it's so underpowered, I can stop it. I can grab hold of the belt and I can stop it. It's really poor. So I bought this from Simon, and I tell you, I have to make some tabletops today for a friend of mine, some made from walnut worktop. So there are 2 inches nearly thick walnut worktop. Absolutely. Yeah, and I just stood there at the lathe with this disc sander attachment and just tidied them up. It's absolutely brilliant. I'll share a picture of the state of my workshop after I've done it, because it was a mess, but because I can't get the extractor behind it because they were too big. So extracting was a bit of an issue. But if you're doing, I've used it for pen blanks and things. So just truing up the ends after you've got the bit of the brass in the middle. With the extractor there, no mess. It's a nice bit of kit. So that's what I got from Simon, and I did very, very well last week in Edinburgh and Nottingham. So I've had to restock seam rippers, crochet hooks, bottle openers, ice cream scoops. So CS Crafts had another £300 off of me.
Oh, really? That's very good.
Nice.
And I buy some wood, which is expensive. Don't like buying wood. I've decided I prefer finding it. It's cheaper. But I don't know of anyone who has an ebony tree in their back garden, so I keep having to buy that. And a small block of ebony, it was 5 inches square by 3 inches thick, cost me nearly 50 quid.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
It is horrendously expensive, but I need it. So
You've been with ebony.
this is my 5th Christmas wood turning and making lace bobbins. So the Christmas bobbin for this year is called 5 Gold Rings, and it's an ebony bobbin with 5 Pequia rings attached to it. So the Pequia will be very yellow, and obviously the ebony will be very, very, so it should stand out quite nicely. I got to make 80 of them. So 40 for sales, 40 for advent calendars.
Yeah, okay.
So, but it spent a lot of money. I made a lot of money, and it all went out very, very good. But the other thing I got, which leads on to the other thing that I can talk about, which I made, I went and bought some of that milliput stuff.
Yeah, I've plenty of it.
Colour, yeah. So
Black, white, and blue.
Yeah, I've got black and white, certain.
I've tried to stain the white, not very successfully.
No, you can put mica powder in it, though.
Tried that, didn't change it that much. Just made it sparkly. Really? Yes, you need a lot. And I was concerned that too much, because I initially tried the alcohol inks, and that gets messy quick, because obviously they're really runny. So whilst you're trying to smush the parts of the milliput, it just squirts the ink back out.
Yeah, I can imagine that taking that very well, must have it? Yeah,
it's that better than it took the mica powder.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the mica powder, it took a lot to start changing the colour. And it started drying it out whilst I was mixing it. So I think I'm going to get in contact with Milliput and sort of suggest to change the colour.
Steve not having his book, he's got everything else in it. He's definitely got Milliput in there, I remember receiving it.
He does. Can't remember. Hang on. What was his book called?
Decorative Woodturning.
Let's get this out of the way before he turns up later.
Yeah.
It's not on the shelf. My book's missing.
Oh, no, I've got it.
You got it. Oh, good. I don't know where mine is. But no, I really liked. Oh, that's rubbish, Mark. Sun's away. I really liked the blue. Can't really see it. The camera's a bit rubbish, but the blue worked well, and so did the black. There was just a couple of bits of green gauge that had cracked in the drying, and you can see the crack about there. And because I've done a fair amount of like the turned bowls, so you turn them to a rough thickness to start with, and then they dry a bit quicker.
Yeah.
But the crack, and that milliput is a lot easier to fill those cracks than mixing up standard epoxy. And it wasn't expensive either.
No, it's quite reasonable, isn't it, actually?
It is. So
here we go. I've got it. According to the manufacturer's data sheet, it's possible to create other colours either by combining 2 or more of the putties once the 2 parts have been mixed together, or by adding powder pigments, spirit dyes, or oil paints.
I got the spirit dyes because I got the chestnut ones.
Yeah.
I presume they're mainly to do with changing the white one and putting whatever colour you want in there.
Yeah, don't use on the black one.
To be honest, I'll tell you what is good. It's actually good to mix 2 different colours. So I've done it before. You get like roll out and then sort of like intertwine them and then sort of do it again. And then it's obviously how mad do you go after that to blend them completely, or get the stripes like the old tiger effect and all that sort of stuff. It's quite effective.
Like,
Doing
do
like
that
that.
with
They
the
do
black
like
and the white.
I've done that, and they do a terracotta type one as well.
They do, yeah.
Colour with a black, then it's got your tiger, obviously. So effective mixing two of their actual standard colours and just accepting to use their colours. It just freaks me out that they don't do load more. I think,
Which one is it?
it's like you think surely it's an opportunity, but then not really meant for wood turning, is it? It's for
Model
plumbing.
making is well. The one is meant for fixing terracotta pots. I read that one, and it's model makers, and it sets underwater and things like this as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
So on tonight's show, we have a guest. Please give a warm welcome to Steve Crouchman, who, for a little show like us, we've got a published author on the show. I did say we were going to make you blush. Now, I would say I'd get my book to hand, but I don't know where it's gone. But that's okay, because Will's got his.
And I thought it was an excellent read as well.
Thank you very much.
I had loads of questions.
Yeah.
Good.
What on earth made you decide to write a book? That's something you always wanted to do, or?
No, not at all. There was Crowwood sent a message round to every wood turning club, I think, in the AWGB, asking if anybody wanted to write anything. And we did the usual, put the message out to the club, and nobody responded. And I just got to thinking it might be something that I could do that would be slightly interesting, give me something to do, not realising just how much effort it took. So I basically just got on, put a synopsis together and suggested it, and they accepted, which was quite a surprise, to be honest.
Brilliant. So how long did it take?
I was given 18 months, and due to procrastination and building an office and various other things, I actually started it just about 13 months before it was due in. So it was that lot. There were a few other things I wanted to do as well, but time stopped me finishing or doing any more in the work. But the trouble was, everything had to be. I didn't realise how long it would take to plan a project, stand it up on the lathe, photograph everything, and then write about it. It shouldn't have taken quite so long, but judging out by how few pieces are actually in there, I thought I'd have had a lot more.
So we expected a book too.
You did all the photos yourself, did you?
Yes.
They look professional.
So, thank you.
But it's a great book.
Probably not. Just actually like it.
I really enjoyed it. It's got a bit of everything in there. Every woodturner should have one, to be honest. It's really detailed.
It did go through. So it's gone through the majority of techniques that you can use. There's a few others I could probably think of, and you can expand on a lot of those as well. But it's a good basis, I think. So, thanks.
I thought it was excellent. It's really good.
Thank you.
And we've run out of questions. That's it for the show. As we go,
my job is I do testing computer systems and stuff like that. So attention to detail is my middle name, and so knowing how much detail you can go into and all those steps and all that sort of thing, I can fully appreciate how much time each project can actually take when you're sort of going down to that nth degree. So I was wondering if you have this overall list of these are the ones I want to do, and then you just run out of time, or did you prioritize out of what ones you definitely wanted to do, and then sort of think, shit, hold on, this one's taking me ages, so these other ones are going to drop down the order?
I generated the synopsis, and there are a few things in there, such as ink decorating. I don't know if you've seen the ones where you put ink inside a holoform and let it soak through. I wanted to do that, but that was just going to take forever. I think I prioritized things that were relatively easy, or I'll rephrase that, things that I've done before and had some success with. Started on those at the beginning, just to do it. That's not necessarily the order they appear in the book, but it was just something that to try and get something out of the way. The issue I had was starting. So although a lot of the work I do at work is report writing and things like that, just starting something, putting it down on paper and getting a reasonable stab at the first chapter was something that was quite difficult for me. But once I've started, then it was reasonably easy to carry on. And although the projects I wouldn't say they got harder, but there was more new stuff for me. There's more new stuff for me to do each time I was doing it. So because of that and the way I needed to describe it and photograph it, that was more difficult for me at that point, as I went through them. So some of the ones I've done where such as piercing and things like that, they take an inordinate amount of time just because of the detail you have to go into.
Yeah.
Some of the easier bits are things like the centrifugal painting. That's relatively easy. I've done it before, and it doesn't take a lot of setup, and it doesn't take a lot of equipment to do it. So it's quite easy. You can rattle that off fairly quickly.
But that Pierce bowl, there's some work in there, that's for certain.
Yes, that really did take an awful long time.
I can imagine. It looks great, by the way.
We've seen that in the flesh up at the club as well. It's absolutely beautiful. It really is a lovely piece. It really is nice. And when you see it in person, the pictures don't really show just how thin that band is that runs around the middle. So once he'd carved all of that out, it's very delicate and it looks amazing. It really does. It's probably one of my favourite pieces in there, in the whole book.
So to the important thing, how are the sales going, Steve?
No, I was going to ask the same.
I don't know, to be honest. Apart from yourselves and a few people at work who know me, I really haven't got a clue. Nobody's actually told me how much how many have actually gone. I think the first time I'm likely to know a real idea of how successful it is at 6 months when the first royalty payment turns up.
Oh, right. That's
it's probably going to be about 50p at this point. So,
no,
well,
right.
I don't know.
I thought they'd have stats out your ear holes with regards to how many times it's been viewed and clicked on, how many baskets and all that sort of stuff. I thought
it would be nice if I could, but nothing's come through at all.
Well, so I never thought about it till just now, but I'll put a review on Amazon.
Yes.
Because it is really good.
It is a very good book. And there's a few ideas in there that I already wanted to try the gilding from your demonstration up at Chelmer Valley.
All right. Excellent.
It's something I really quite enjoyed that demonstration. Once you got into the gilding and the technical part of it, that appeals to me. I like that. And we've used your book already tonight in reference to the milliput.
We have.
I bought some milliput for the first time. I've tried it out and I struggled to change the white colour, and Will remembered seeing it in your book. So he quickly found it and referenced your book.
Excellent. So going to be useful propping up the desk. But,
I'm just about to buy it, actually, because I didn't get around to doing it, and I've just gone on there and Amazon says only 4 left in stock, more on the way.
They only bought 10 stuff.
They probably did.
I'm sorry, no, but there must have been a minimum order for someone like Amazon. So probably in the region of 50s at least, I'd imagine, if they've only got 4 left.
That's a good thing, surely.
Yeah, that's good.
And that doesn't include their downloads, because it's on digital download.
No, it's true. It's Kindle as well. Theoretically, it's meant to be a hardback version of this coming out as well sometime. I think depending on how well it sells. But
I definitely feel that if you had more material that you wanted to go in, I think you could and should seriously consider a second book, more of an advanced technique book.
You could do that sneaky, and you just do a second edition, and it's got one more chapter in it. With
25 quid rather than 19 quid.
I just went to my basket and thought, okay, I'll go and pop that order in, and my basket's only like 782 quid. I was thinking, how much is that book? But there happens to be a couple of wheelie bin stores in my basket as well for some stupid reason. The wife must have been busy. And just get the book for now. That was like a big box of bins.
So in the book, which was the hardest piece for you to write? Which technique was the one that challenged you the most?
The one that caused the most difficulty was the piercing one. Yeah. I think it took so long. I think one of the easiest ones for me was the one on pyrography, because my daughter was a willing victim. She was quite happy to design that. So that was the first time she'd actually used pyrography, and she designed that and put it on. And it was just took a morning to do. I just stood there and took photographs. That was brilliant, that one. I think the piercing was probably the most difficult. The most dangerous would have been the one with the turquoise in it. That bloody knot flew out at high speed. I think I was turning it about 800 RPM, and that dead knot just flew out and smacked me straight in the thing. Luckily, I had my visor on, but it's amazing how fast those things do come out. So I think the milliput one was disappointing. I think that was should have been quite a good barley twist, but God knows what happened to that. And the issue, of course, was that I was running out of blanks as well. So small error like that, I either had to put it back on and return it, or just leave it as it was and time was pressing. But I think they're the ones that stand out as the most difficult. So it's difficult to tell, really, apart from that. A lot of the techniques are just ones I use quite regularly. Though carving I've been doing for years. Colouring is quite easy, just basic surface colouring and things like that. Just finding a different angle and hopefully not copying anyone. Although I suspect I probably have, even if subconsciously, because I see so many things and then you see a technique that you've done and did it. So I suspect that there'll be things on there that other people have done.
Do they go through that and look and do a review from that aspect of it? I don't know, whoever it is, the publishers or whatever. They don't sort of come back to you and go, oh, hold on a minute, you've submitted this one. And
no, I expected them to, but no, I haven't. I didn't get anything. I didn't get any of that at all. So I think it's down to me, really, to make sure that I'm not infringing anything.
I think there's so many woodturners out there that you've got the likes of Stuart Farini, who does a lot of decorating and a lot of colours. Simon does a lot of resin inlays and things like that. Darren does a lot of airbrushing and that sort of thing. So you're always going to, as you say, even subconsciously, you might have copied. I mean, it's things like the splat plate. The one that won me the competition, not last year, before. I was a blatant copy. That wasn't my idea. I'd seen it on Instagram. I like that. I'm going to give that a go.
Oh, yeah.
And we all do it. We see these ideas.
I think it's quite inspirational, to be honest.
It is.
Yeah. I'd love to have a go at the piercing, I must admit.
The one that I'm looking forward to trying next is doing the paint with the string and you drag it across the plate. Oh, that one, that's wonderful. I like that a lot.
That's really satisfying, actually. You think, God, it's going to be difficult, but really, when you get down to it and you've done it a few times, it's a relatively simple technique.
I've seen people do it with bathroom chain, plug chain, the tiny little ball bearings. I've seen people do, not on a plate, not turned, but as a painting, I've seen it. Yes. But no, it's a very good book. And
I thought it's quite inspirational, I have to say.
Thank you very much.
Gary's going to have to wait to see it.
Yeah. It's coming tomorrow.
£700 worth of book.
The next day.
Simon came to the club the other day and took a look at it. I was absolutely shitting myself. Oh, God, what's he going to say about it? But,
didn't he say fair play to you? And he said he hasn't got a book, didn't he? And he's never done a book.
He said, yeah, that's true. He's up about 700 videos, though.
Well,
it's my zero, so...
and conferences and world tours and everything else he does.
But, yeah, he hasn't done a book.
We did mention it with Sean Clifford as well. Because I put a shout out for when we had Sean Clifford up. And he was quite impressed by it. And he had a thumb through as the copy we had up there at the time. And I think Sean may well have got an ordered one too.
Wow.
But it's you're a bit shy about it, but you shouldn't be.
Shouldn't, no, really good.
I'm absolutely scared stiff that someone's going to look at it and go, "Oh, that's one of mine."
Well, didn't Barry do that?
Well, he has
imitation basket weave.
He has got the first two pictures; they are his. So one which is that basket weave, which is that one, and that plate.
She's blighter.
But he's also encouraged me to do it, so and give me quite a bit of advice as well. So quite useful in the background. Yeah.
Better than him saying, "I want 0.01% of the royalties." And then
That's true. Yeah.
He's getting millions. But then if he's getting millions, then you're getting thousands of millions, so billions. So you won't mind if he's getting millions.
I'd be all right for that. Yeah. I wouldn't be grumpy.
It's when he suddenly we find out that Steve's retired. The first commission comes through in a couple of months' time.
Steve's not here this month. He's in Barbados.
In fact, he hasn't been for the last 3 months, and he's very brown. What the hell?
Promoting
nice.
Him and a family have all relocated.
So it says in the book that you've been, without giving any ages away, you've been woodworking for a long time. How did you get into it?
My father is a cabinet maker, turner. Cabinet maker and turner. And so, obviously, been playing in his shed and using whatever tools I could find that weren't cutting me fingers off for a long time. Really doing little projects and things like that whilst I was living at my parents'. It was only after I got my own house and everything then starts needing fixing or something needs to be built. So cabinets started being made and I got myself, Dad got a lathe when he retired, it wasn't brilliant. It was one of these sort of multi-circular saw and lathe and one of these things. So it wasn't brilliant, but it gave me the first idea of playing with it. And from there, did some courses. I think went up to Craft Supplies when it was in Derbyshire. And did my first one there. Mike Walt, I think was the name. No, it's not him. Sorry, I can't remember the name. But anyway, he apparently, sorry, I can't remember the name, but apparently he claimed that he taught most of the turners in the country at some point. Right. But that was the start of it. And I got a lathe once I got my house here. Got it set up in the garage, and I've just been doing stuff since. So that and various other bits around the house.
And what are you turning on at the moment? What lathe are you using at the moment?
Got a Stratus 280.
Oh, yeah, one of Simon's. Yeah.
I thought I spent a lot of money with him.
On the rest of it, I can't afford it. It's strange. I must have spent nearly every weekend on that lathe when I was doing the book, and other times going in at night, and just basically as any time I could to get time done, much to the annoyance of my wife. And since I've finished the book, I think I've turned about 3 pieces.
Oh, really? Had a break.
I just needed it. I'm beginning to get back in it. I've just bought myself a new set of jaws, so I expect I'll get around to using those and doing something useful.
I've still got one of your pieces on the mantelpiece.
Oh, it wasn't that good.
It got as many votes as mine and Mum's got.
0.
Oh, yeah.
2.
What's the next project? I haven't been there since then.
No, you haven't.
You might notice that finial on that has been reused.
I had noticed. The next project that's been set to it. So Barry won it. And I don't think he listens to this podcast, so I shouldn't get into trouble for this. I'm not entirely sure how Barry won it.
Touchy. Jealous.
That's all right. I've no idea. You and Gary won the competition last year.
Or the year before. I don't know how I won the segmented one last year. That piece was crap. I managed to beat John's, and that was lovely. No, our next challenge is an acorn lidded box. So a lidded box that looks like an acorn.
Not made out of an acorn.
Well, I am tempted to just wander. I've got an oak tree at the bottom of the road. I am tempted to just walk down there,
outside.
get a cap, and just put the cap back on.
What month is that?
Page 109, by the way.
September.
Page 109 of the book. You might know. You might recognise it.
There's the finial, not the whole lid though. Is it the whole? No, not
true,
the whole
I did
lid.
nick it
Because
off
the lid is made of yew on this one.
That's true.
Looks like a chess piece.
That's right.
It always does. It's very nice.
But when you've got something that's sitting around doing.
What is that terminology then you use? Sorry, an acorn lidded box.
Yes. So Simon Hope actually produces ones that are tape measures. But yes, a lidded pot that looks like an acorn.
Oh, I've seen them before actually. I've seen him. He done one at a demo, didn't he, once?
He did, yes.
Yeah.
The only reason I remember him doing it is because Lee, what's his company's name? There's a wood turner in Lee who's just done one, and he credited Simon with it, and I spotted it. But yes, that's the next one for September. And we have noticed your absence at Wood Turning Club because it's me that's had to let the telly thing.
Yeah.
What's it called? Projector screen.
Oh,
you know that. TV. Because I phoned you last month because I couldn't get it working last month. I was like, I phoned. Steve, I can't do it. Tell me the magic trick. Press this button. Oh, you bastard.
Don't do it with magic. Family issues. So
that's okay. There's no blame or anything. It's just one of those things. You miss Sean Clifford pushing the lathe across the hall.
Excellent. Was he going for the World Heavyweight lathe lifting championship?
I don't know what he was going for, but because we put it on carpet tiles, didn't we?
Oh, right.
And he had a really big, chunky, thick bit of wood, hard piece of oak. And he pushed the lathe into the screen and then started pushing the screen towards the front row. So we had to move it back again. And then he pushed it into the AV desk. So you're used to having the lathe bolted to the floor, aren't you, Sean? And then last month, we were meant to have Mr. Breeze. And because the bridge in Suffolk is shut, he didn't make it.
Right.
So a very panicked phone call to Radders, because by the time I found out he was struggling to get there, I was already under 130. So I quickly gave Radders a call and said, look, can you bring some, I'll demonstrate, but bring some stuff because I'm miles away from home. So bring some stuff for me to demo and I'll demo. So he went, don't worry about demoing, I'll do it. Not a problem at all. And he did a 9-axis honey dipper, which he'd seen at Sandon a few weeks before. And that was a brilliant demonstration. Very good demonstration. He is a natural demonstrator, is our Radders. So we'll get him back on. He was very good. We'll get him back on the podcast in a couple of months' time. All 3 of you missed him. Well, Will always misses him because he never turns up anymore. He was very good. So yes, you've been missing out. So
Definitely.
yes,
I hope to be back this month. So
rightly so too.
willing anyway.
Yes. Well, we've got a multi-lathe evening in August. And other equipment. So I'm taking up the sharpening station, and I'm doing sharpening. Adders is doing skew chisel work.
Okay.
Do you mind? Thank you. One of these days I'll have an office we can record this in. So I'll be doing sharpening. Adders is doing skew chisel. Barry's doing imitation basket weave, just to send the rest of us off to sleep.
Without being rude, that's actually a possibility.
He fell asleep with Sean Clifford. He was sat next to Louise, and I spotted him. I was like,
So how's the multi-lathe working from the point of view of like all of them going at the same time, and you go and look what one you want to look at?
Yep, but it will be hands-on as well. So if you wanted to, it's designed. We've had quite a few new members, inexperienced turners. So it's designed primarily for them to be able to come up and ask what they would normally consider as stupid questions, but to be able to get a hands-on idea of how they should, or a better idea of how they can safely use certain techniques. We've had a few members go, I'm struggling with scrapers. How do you use scrapers properly? Yeah. So I'll do a thing, how to sharpen scrapers and then how to use them and that sort of thing. That's the idea behind it. So if you've got any, what you'd normally think of is an embarrassing, you're a bit shy about asking one of the professionals that comes on a monthly basis, but you're less shy about asking the rest of the guys that are there. So it's not really designed for us, but for us to answer the questions that others may have. So all of us more experienced turners will be able to help each other out and share our knowledge with the inexperienced members. And then we'll have a follow-up to it in December, along with lots of party food. We're going to have a party in December.
Christmas party.
Well, no one wanted the quiz, so the party. No one was interested in having a quiz night.
How's that all going now?
Along with the competition.
Oh, sorry.
Say again, Steve?
I said along with the competition, no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
We're not losing that.
Well,
sorry, do carry on. I interrupted someone.
All right. I was just wondering how the chairman was getting on.
Why don't you come to club and find out?
He's not telling you unless you come.
Yes, please. There's a lot more work in it than you'd think.
I can imagine.
On top of all of the stuff that committee and other members do, setting everything up and collapsing it all down, it's a 3-page health and safety form to fill out every single time.
Oh, really?
No wonder Louise used to get a bit annoyed at us for not putting the cable covers down and things like that, because it's actually listed in the health and safety, the risk assessment.
I'm very surprised we pass any of that, to be honest.
Who's checking it?
We could be spot checked by the AWGB.
We could, but how many times has that happened?
I'm not going to say that on this podcast in case there's a member of the AWGB.
We are due a visit.
Bearing in mind, my course I did earlier on in the year was with the guy in charge of the accounts for the AWGB, and I did promote the podcast to him.
Evening, Mike.
He was a lovely gentleman. No, we could be spot checked and they could come at any moment if they wanted to. Do they? I've never seen one. It'd be lovely to meet them. But
I've had a call from our rep and he wants to come and visit.
That's fine. Invite him along. Doesn't bother me.
You got paid.
I think he invited himself, actually. But...
Say again?
You got paid £10 to come in.
The first time you've done a secretary's job answering that phone call, isn't it?
Second, I think.
You missed the last committee meeting.
Well, you phoned a few weeks ago and you didn't answer it.
No, to answer your question, Will, it's okay. It's not that bad. Yeah. I've got the support of the rest of the committee and other members. Obviously, Gary helps at the end of an evening. Likes of Louise is still helping out in the shop. Paul helps out in the kitchen, that sort of thing. So I've got the support of members. I've got the support of the rest of the committee. I think one of them's my mother, so that helps. And no, actually, the only thing I'm getting a little bit annoyed about is not being able to speak to members because I'm having to set up the AV equipment and do other bits and pieces. I'd like to not have to help, but at the same time, I feel guilty for not helping, especially when you've got the likes of Barry and John, or both the Johns, trying to set up the AV equipment and trying to move the lathe and that sort of thing. And they really shouldn't be. And it's me and Radders and Steve because we're there at 6 o'clock. Normal members don't need to turn up till 7. But that's a little gripe. That's a little moan. It's not really a thing. That's just, I'd like to be a bit more chatty and hands-on with the newer members and the members we've got. But membership is up. So just be nice if they all turned up on the same evening.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You are listed on the membership form.
But does he even bother paying an annual membership? And
He's paid his AWGB membership and never turned up. Because he's in America,
though, right? AWGB membership is different to the actual membership of the club.
We don't have a club membership fee,
don't we? Who's taking my money then?
Well, no, you turn up monthly, didn't you? And you pay your tenner on the door. But that's not like Sandon, who have their yearly membership, or Thameside, who've got yearly membership. I
can't remember. It's probably because it only happens once a year. I just assume I pay an annual fee as well. Obviously not. What's a bargain, that club?
Well, our one or Sandon?
Chelmer Valley. No membership. Once a month.
We had a membership. It was £12 a year. And then you had the AWGB, and then it was £5 on the door.
Yeah, but we never implemented it, did we?
It was in the promotional flyers that we had a £12 membership fee, and we never charged it.
It was every year it was pushed back.
Can't be bothered with it. Club is healthy. The club's doing well, so we don't need to charge it. And as long as membership keeps going up, the club will survive, which is the most important thing. So, no, it's good. Thank you very much.
Good stuff. On that note, I think I've got to make a move tonight, gentlemen.
All right, very good. Well, great to have you on, Steve.
Yeah, it's been absolutely wonderful. You going to come back for the next show?
We probably ought to mention where to get the book from. So it's available on Amazon.
That's
$18.99. And I've just put a review in for you, Steve. I did it while.
Thank you very much. Excellent.
What I'll do, I'll put a link to it in the show notes as well.
It's Amazon, Waterstones, Smiths.
We shouldn't promote Amazon. Then. We should send them all to Waterstones and Smiths, especially Smiths, as they're collapsing.
You should promote Amazon. They've got a deal on at the moment. I just paid $7.99 for it. Only joking.
It was $700.
That's one I photocopied for you.
What you get is a picture of the book. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure, gentlemen, and I will speak to you all next time.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. See you later.
Bye.